And this evening, we are on top of breaking news in Birmingham with an arrest now made in the recent mass shooting in the Sandusky neighborhood that left 2 people dead and 5 others injured. 25-year-old Jalen Hicks was charged last week with the capital murder of 2 or more persons. Now, these charges allege that Hicks intentionally caused the deaths of DeAndre Johnson and Bernard Watts. He was booked this Saturday, June 20th, and is being held without bond. Now, that shooting happened on June 4th on Holly Avenue. According to police, officers responded to reports of multiple people shot shortly after 8:30 that night. Investigators say more than 30 shots were fired. Despite the high-profile nature of the case, Mayor Randall Woodfin has not publicly addressed the shooting in the weeks following the incident, despite our request for comment. Now, court proceedings for Hicks are expected to continue in Jefferson County. 2 deaths inside the Birmingham City Jail in less than a week sparked questions about inmate safety and what happens when someone dies behind bars. As those investigations continue, ABC 3340's I-Team obtained 5 years of records from the Jefferson County Coroner's Office and found the 2 recent deaths are part of a much larger picture. Our I-Team's Gracie Johnson sat down with Jefferson County's coroner to learn more.
They're not at home with them, they're not on the phone with them, they can't call and say, hey, I don't feel good, or hey, I hurt myself, or hey, I think I'm in danger. And those in their sphere of influence outside of that incarcerated group aren't there, they can't be there to help them.
For Jefferson County Coroner Bill Yates, every in-custody death carries an added responsibility. When someone dies behind bars, families are often left relying on investigators to determine what happened. That responsibility has once again come into focus following 2 recent deaths at the Birmingham City Jail. According to Birmingham officials, 2 inmates died while in custody between June 11th and June 14th. City leaders say one individual had been housed at the jail for 51 days. The other had been booked just 1 day before their death. Both deaths remain under investigation.
Following the examinations that were done by our office, we found no evidence of foul play. There's additional lab work that needs to be done. That takes a few weeks. So the final cause of death is pending some additional lab work.
The deaths prompted ABC 3340's I-Team to dig deeper. Records provided by the Jefferson County Coroner's Office show investigators have examined 44 deaths inside Jefferson County jails since January 2021. More than half occurred at the Jefferson County Jail's Birmingham Division, where 23 inmates died. The records show 9 deaths occurred at the Birmingham City Jail, 7 at the Jefferson County Jail's Bessemer Division, 3 at the Bessemer City Jail, and 2 at the Trussville City Jail. The records also reveal what ultimately caused those deaths. The majority were ruled natural or accidental deaths. According to Coroner's Office data, 19 were ruled natural deaths. 11 were classified as accidental, 8 were ruled suicides, 3 were determined to be undetermined, while 3 remain pending. Yates says one category has become increasingly common in recent years.
Even before the last 5 years, when we saw an increase in the public of opioid deaths, a few years after that, unfortunately, we started seeing a rise in drug deaths in jails and prisons across Jefferson County, a significant rise.
While some investigations provide clear answers, others do not. Yates says there are cases where autopsies, toxicology testing, and scene investigations rule out numerous possibilities, yet still fail to identify exactly how a person died.
So when we're saying undetermined, we're saying, well, we didn't find trauma. We didn't find evidence, not only at autopsy, but at the scene of foul play. We didn't find anything in their system that was a toxin to cause their death. We didn't find during full autopsy any significant natural disease to cause death. So we can tell those things, which can bring some understanding and comfort to the family and to the situation, but then you're still leaving them with, I don't know.
For families, that uncertainty can be especially difficult.
Their loved one did not have the ability to necessarily make decisions for themselves.
Yates says that is why every in-custody death deserves scrutiny, not only to determine how someone died, but to provide answers for the people left behind.
When one of us has those liberties taken away and something happens to us, then we need to see what happened.
And while many assume those investigations are required by law, Yates says that is not necessarily the case.
There is no state law that mandates that a coroner or medical examiner investigate an in-custody death. And I think most people will think, well, that's kind of odd. I would expect that to happen.
In Jefferson County, however, a local law adopted in 1979 requires the coroner's office to investigate every death that occurs in custody, giving families and the public an independent review whenever someone dies behind bars. Yates says additional laboratory testing is still underway in the 2 recent Birmingham City Jail deaths. Once that testing is complete, the coroner's office will determine the official causes and manners of death. In Jefferson County, Gracie Johnson, ABC 3340 I-Team.